me mamoti asiye se group bia ye from Erocha Ghana a strike na omo atro enkrata na enkrata no omo pese ye yi Ghana free an international equobi emu, all because President Akufo Addo ama ende ye kwaye asai yensu asai ene nsem bebre na yen konsem ni mu na group no omo aka nsem bia ende ama Ghana fo omoni ajepan na o say urgent request for the Ghana government to be removed from its position as co-chair of the Forest and Climate Leaders Partnership. Interior ni nano. Ye wo group bia ye from the Forest and Climate Leaders Partnership. Na eye amanamai ena aba be bom ne ye he na ama ye kwaye nsem ene bibia no akoyi na Ghana no ye co-chair e was our group no eso a international group sa group no ena se ye committee na obete se ye President Akufo Addo koso UN gathering bi wasesa nkrofo bebredi na chi December ba omiamo ne nkrofo ye betumi akan Ghana for ye Ghana for over 100 no mu di na chi muni amoka sa story no sa meetings in ya Ghana for ye kwa ye de nkrofo bebre President Akufo Addo de nkrofo bebre di na chi sa no enti no o se at COP27, when world leaders launched the Forest and Climate Leaders Partnership, and the Ghana government was given a position of co-chair alongside the US government, Ghana's president, Nana Akufo Addo, boldly stated, forest loss can be averted. Into her group, Ghana, Ghana, ye America for, and chair people, and chairman of the group, no. Into President Akufo Addo, etina ha, America for so president na ha omo no mo ye group no panyi enye group ketwa o say yama President Akufo Addo sa position ne nigye na asem o kan ne say yentumi emma kwaye ensei na kwaye essay a yenya biom ti ni kwanse ye pene ma kwaye sei asem o President Akufo katre ne say President Akufo Addo go shambro fofo no na o ka asem na ye bo nsem ama na be ye say enye onu no o hwe Ghana so Kushan brofo na asema woka no yentumi hwe makwaye nsei na kwaye sei a yenya biom miwa na President Akufo Addo ya ama ya ba be passe mra wo Ghana se yenko ye kwayem ne yenko sei ne yenye hey krom ha ya say President Akufo Addo ya hihye adwuma ma Ghana for papa now thinking kind also this is however the need there is however the need for a dedicated space globally to provide the needed support and accountability checks to countries that are committed to delivering the Glasgow Leaders Declaration. The Forest and Climate Leaders Partnership is a first and key step towards his goal and towards this goal. And Ghana supports and endorses fully the FCLP. Accepting the position of FCLP co-chair meant the president and his government were ready to lead the world in sustainable forest management, but they have not done this. They have rather done the opposite. We want to put on record our conviction that the Ghana government is no longer fit to co-chair the FCLP and should be removed from this position with immediate effect. Below are the reasons backed by evidence. Inti group ni semo a womo kan no se Ghana yensem fata se ye hold this position as co-chair na womo ma evidence di inti a yensem fata on kasa sa akeke o say in early 2023 questions were being asked in parliament about the state of Ghana's forest. Government responded that the ecological integrity of the forest reserves was intact, a statement that was clearly untrue, and civil society was quick to call them out. In May 2023, government presented a clearer picture of the state of Ghana's forest reserves and globally significant biodiversity areas, showing they were far from intact. 3 reserves, the Oda River, Apamprama, and Subin Shelter Belt, were classified as active galamsey, illegal small-scale mining sites requiring military support to flush the miners out. Apamprama was already 49% destroyed. A further 23 forest reserves were classified as medium difficulty, with non-violent miners less difficult to control. In the months that followed, government did very little to address this distraction and now appears to have given up. It is widely thought the kingpins of Galamsey are within the government itself. Inti Oshasye free Galamsey, evidence and say Ghana, kwaya yewo Galamsey, senior President Akufo Addo went to me and Quintia Galamsey and there. You saying Crawford Ben President Akufo Addo Ghana Galamsey opinion for no. Of the free hop. I say at around the same time, Erocha Ghana detected a number of gold mining leases granted in Ghana's forest reserves and GSBAs. This was strange because between 1992 and 2016, only 5 companies had been granted leases in forest reserves. All of a sudden, between 2022 and 2023, 10 mining companies had full leases to mine gold in large portions of 11 forest reserves. Then a new legislative instrument came to light. The Environmental Protection Mining in Forest Reserve Regulation, LI 2662, had been quietly passed in November 2022. Into the second reason our moment here, Yenyi President Akufo Addo na Ghana increase our board neso. And they say, from 1992 to 2016, na Ghana ye kwaye mu no, companies 5 penny amo mo kwan so wo monko enko ye adwuma wo ye kwaye mu. Na all of a sudden MPP for buy and na afei companies no omo de 11 ababe kan ho. From 1992 to 2016, no companies 5 pe. President Akufo Addo buy 11. Na no kran so ho. Sa time kran ne yem pass sa mbra we a ye kan ho asema ende ye kwaka se ye ntwensan no. Ye wie ye no sanso be pass mbra ne se sisi ade ye man krofo nko hye kwayem na omo entu eye omo mine more. Nti ho na o tre se Semunya mo beka mbeka trim se Arocha Ghana for catch President Akufo Addo se mo anye ba yemfi omo. Nti ho na mo tre se Arocha Ghana Arocha Ghana realized that LI 2462, rather than protecting the forest and GSBAs, was actually making it easy for mining companies to access concessions within them. To address President Akufo Addo mo ye kum no de ade no ko share parliament no mo pass ye. Embra nkrofo ye so mo kan ho asem no mo si o sambra we ye pass say ye bebo Ghana kwaye ho ban ye kokohwe mu no omo boa omo baba be say kwaye mum. I say it was actually making it easy for mining companies to access concessions within them. One of the most disturbing changes between the new LI and the preceding 2018 environmental guidelines for mining in production forest reserves in Ghana is the scale of the mining area that can be permitted. While the guidelines allowed mining on a maximum of 2% of the production areas of forest reserves, the new LI does not have any restriction on scale, resulting in some concessions covering 100% of the forest reserve. Into omo tre say first no kra na answer na President Akufo Addo beba no. Omo aye mo kwan say wo mo nkọ kwaye mu enkonko ye adwuma ne kra no. Eye bebi kitu ebi pe no betumi aye adwuma. Just 2% of kwaye no. Ti bebi kitu ebi pe na betumi aye adwuma. Ye ma kwan say kona ko say ye kwaye. Na so President Akufo Addo bae no. E na sa cap na ye disisu no wo yiye. Nti ene obi tumi ko hye kwaye mu. Na kwaye nini na wo say no 100% nini na ye ne dia. Ayomo wanwa say sa de no embra na ye pass ye na ye ka ho Arocha fo nsem mo ka no. Also, the new LI does not have any restriction on scale, resulting in some concessions covering 100% of the forest reserve. The other glaring change is GSBAs, previously fully protected, are now open for mining if the president says it is in the national interest. The numbers uncovered to date are 24 forest reserves, 7 that contain GSPs affected by leases granted or applications awaiting validation. And the forest reserves are Asaya and Ende or Mosena or C27. I'll say 24. Following this, The Fourth Estate, a media house, researched the company's granted mining leases or awaiting validation in forest reserves and GSBAs since LI 2462 was passed and discovered that several company beneficiaries are people with key positions in government or with close links to them. And so, yes, also catch and brofofone say, you quite check a yoku or more, ye more quine say, or more say, you quite no. Na yenkrofo ben President Akufo Addo any MPP aban. The spread of unfettered galamsey across Ghana's forest reserves, the new LI 2462, and the resulting surge in mining leases and applications in forest reserves and GSBAs with their clear links to government conflict deeply with the government's position of FCLP co-chair. A government that quietly passes legislation to enable mining in forest reserves and GSBAs cannot be the co-chair of a partnership that is supposed to lead the world on forest protection and climate action. It is not tenable. So maya uma kwan se yen say wo kwaye. Entumi mba se yen fremo mbrofofo na wakwa akogina mbrofofo nenim na wonkonko chair committee a ekaseti asa ade no. Ne ye ma kwan se kasa wo kasa te se wo de wo nye sa aboni wo Ghana. Nyanse nim asemo mo kanono. We are aware that Ghana's co-chair position ends in November. We are urging that Ghana be stripped of it with immediate effect. Failing this, we want to put on record the facts listed above and our deep disapproval for Ghana retaining this position when its actions go against forest protection. It displays contempt for the Glasgow Leaders Declaration and for its position as FCLP co-chair. Thank you for considering our request and for recording our deep concerns and disappointment. Yours truly, Seth Apia Kubi, PhD, National Director. And I like this letter. PhD, or a doctor, wako school. Another lawyer, Eba Bekan Sembi Efa, mami read the lawyer Nensema Wakan, Efa Sankro 4 way home. Na lawyer Nensema Wakan, and media as answer in the year me de more. Lawyer Nensema Wakan, no. Or person trese, say, Adiana Crane, and here, we be bebim. International courts in Sensembi bebim. Lawyer Nensema Wakan, no. Meba. Let me find it for you. Lawyer ne kan sembi ma meni Japan. Asemo Wakan yeni. Or say, they are considering an application at the ICC, ICC International Court. Or say they are considering an application at the ICC for possible claims of crimes against humanity by members of the government through ecocidal actions and environmental damage. Go all out. The lawyer Nensema Wakan. Now we are one of the lawyers or more kunde dending for a year fix the country for no. Since someone wababe can say a rocha Ghana for no consider say omudi Akufo Addo ne na ban ebeko ICC ne ye SUE Akufo Addo say omo atenase ahe ema ya say Ghana yensuo ama nam so mankrofo ewu na a crime, and so they are considering to go to the ICC for possible claims of crime against humanity. I think say Ghana phone na anybody say how will that go? But that's the story. Montreal, your comment box, Nimo. Me that's it.